Today we have another fragrance haul. I am super excited about this one. We have affordable, we have niche, we have indie, we have Middle Eastern. There are a lot of fragrances here and I am so excited to share them with you. So before we get into it, hello, my name is Anya. I post fragrance videos here on this YouTube channel and I also post daily on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're not following me there already, my username is anechkafragrances. On here I post every Thursday and I am slowly but surely getting myself ready to post multiple times a week, but we'll see how that works out because I'm getting used to this formatting, but I'm super excited to be here. And so far I've published, as of recording this, and I've pre-filmed a lot of my content, but so far I've published 2 videos on this channel and I am so excited about the amount of amazing people, you guys, that have been commenting and that have been giving me feedback and subscribing. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This haul is a mishmash of different items. I did go to New York City recently, so I was smelling a lot of fragrances there and I did buy a few, but I also have been doing a lot of online shopping. Let's start off with a cheapie but a goodie. That sounds so cheesy, but we have Mango Beach by Camille Beckman. Now, straight up, if you're looking for something that is super affordable, that is a mango fragrance, that's coconut, that's tropical, but you don't want to break the bank, this is a great fragrance to try. It basically is priced right now at $10, which is the amount I got it for. Usually it's $20, and they're having that $10 sale. This is really good. I really like it. However, it's not going to be a heavy hitter. But if you're looking for a mango coconut fragrance that you can just spray on and not have to worry too much about it being overpowering in the hot summer heat, this is one to try. This is definitely something that I overspray, but I love how refreshing it is because it's not as intense of a fragrance. So this one's really good. It's pretty much a no-brainer. It's really nice. It's quite creamy. It's like this creamy photorealistic mango. That's what I get, with some undercurrent of vanilla. So this one is really quite beautiful and I'm super happy with my purchase so far. You already know how much I love L'Imperatrice by Dolce & Gabbana. It's one of my favorite fragrances of all time, especially for the summertime. So I have a backup of L'Imperatrice because my regular bottle, the one I currently have, is a bit smaller than this. I am probably going to run out of it maybe at the end of the summer, and I wanted a backup because this is truly one of my favorite summer fragrances of all time. A lot of people have comments about this fragrance not being a very long-lasting perfume, and just so you know, this collection, this whole collection, the L'Imperatrice line, or actually no, I forget what this collection was called, but a while ago Dolce & Gabbana did a whole lineup of fragrances in this packaging or in this bottle, and this L'Imperatrice was just one of them, but it's right now the more popular one. So all these fragrances were not designed to be heavy hitters or to have a lot of longevity. They were designed to be eau de toilettes. They weren't supposed to be very strong, and I honestly think if this was a stronger fragrance, I don't think I'd love it as much, because one of the reasons I really am drawn to this fragrance is because of how refreshing it is. It has this beautiful watermelon, cyclamen, rhubarb combination that I just love, and because it's so light and refreshing and zesty, I can overspray it and I don't have to worry about feeling bogged down in the hot summer heat, which makes this amazing for tropical vacations. I just love this perfume. I think it's amazing. And that's why I bought myself a backup, even though I try not to do that. But sometimes I don't really want to run out of perfumes I really love. So that one is one I am really happy with, and that's why I got the backup. Next up, we have Afnan's Souvenir Floral Bouquet. Now this is absolutely beautiful. If you look at the lid, it has this beautiful like rose design that is so stunning and so unique and so pretty. This is a great alternative to Delina. If you really want a perfume with that similar DNA, if you want something with that sharp, tart, lychee, and peony combination, this is a good one to try. It is by no means, in my opinion, a dupe. This is similar, but it's not going to be this exact same. And honestly, I was looking for something that had that similar scent DNA. This is a great option if you're looking for something a bit more affordable. I love the longevity of this. It lasts pretty much all day, and I really do enjoy the sillage on this one. This is really nice, so if you're looking for something that's similar to Delina, or if you just want something with that similar DNA, this is a great option to try. And by the way, I don't know if I should throw this. We'll see. Okay, everything's good. By the way, a lot of these fragrances, a lot of Middle Eastern perfumes, I do have linked in my Amazon storefront. So if you're ever looking for a fragrance and you are not sure where to purchase it, you can always visit my storefront. It's always linked in my videos and purchase the fragrances. I do get a small commission off of that, but it's just a good way for you to shop everything I talk about, or everything I talk about Middle Eastern wise, very conveniently. Next up, I have these two fragrances from Brandt. Brandt is a newish fragrance brand that I discovered on TikTok, and I was super curious about trying their perfumes. They recently came out with Clea. This is their newest release, and they've had Genesis for quite a while, but I never did quite bite the bullet. However, when I saw that Clea was, I believe, inspired by Cleopatra, I instantly wanted to purchase it and try actually both of these out. So let's start off with Genesis. Genesis is one that a lot of people are already familiar with. This is essentially going to be your rose, tobacco, sandalwood, saffron scent profile that is so intoxicating. This is absolutely beautiful. I love how this smells. If you love rose and woody fragrances, this is definitely one to try. It's quite beautiful. It has a lot of depth to it, but at the same time, it's still a little bit of an airy fragrance. So I love this one. I look forward to wearing it more often. I've only been wearing it a few times, but so far I have really enjoyed it. The one that I think that is a little bit more unusual, and this one, again, I was super excited about it because it was said to be inspired by Cleopatra. I tried this and I was like, oh, what is this? Because it's very unique, but at the same time it smells kind of familiar. This has notes like olive leaf, papyrus, and it has like an edge to it that reminds me a lot of traditional white floral fragrances. But this is also very different in the sense that it's just like this dry floral perfume with a little bit of this green accord. And I can instantly see this as a refreshing fragrance, even though it doesn't have like that typical summer refreshing vibe to it. This is very unusual, and I do like this one. So as you can see, I've been wearing this one quite a lot. I love overspraying this because this is it's just a really pretty perfume. I believe there's also bergamot in here as well. And the way these are blended is very, very impressive. It's almost a little bit difficult to discern the notes individually. I mean, these fragrances are really quite lovely. And I will say this, Clea is definitely my favorite because I think it is by far the more unique out of the two. Genesis is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I think that one is a great fragrance. But if I had to choose between the two, I would say Clea is beautiful. Like I just really love this one. It's just like it has like a sweetness to it, but not really. It's like this like dry. It's just, I don't know. I just really, really like this one, and I'm constantly drawn to it. So this is definitely a great summer fragrance if you want something that is unusual, that's not like your typical fruity summer fragrance. And don't get me wrong, I love those. I mean, you can tell, but this is just like a very elegant, refreshing perfume, and I quite like it. This next perfume has been hyped up to the extreme. I'm talking about Yara Tous by Lattafa. Now this, if you're looking for an affordable coconut and mango combination, this is really, really good. It has mango, coconut, passion fruit. Then in the mid, I believe you have heliotrope, jasmine, and orange blossom. And in the base, you have cashmere, vanilla, and musk. This comes out to me as a slightly powdery, creamy mango coconut combination with a bit of florals. And I will say this, I'll be honest, I almost didn't purchase this one because I am not a fan of the way these bottles look. I'm just not, this isn't something that I like. I think in person it looks cuter than it does online, because online I was looking at these bottles and I'm like, This looks like really cheap, and I'm kind of picky with my perfumes. Like, even though I have like so many perfumes I really enjoy, a lot of times I've been very picky about the bottles. I want it to look a certain way, and I wasn't sure about this, but in person it looks really cute. In person it looks cute, like in like a kind of, you know, fun way, but like online this does not look good in my opinion. But the fragrance inside is quite lovely, and this has some decent longevity. So I spoke about Camille Beckman's Mango perfume. If you're looking for something with more intensity and complexity, this is really a good one to check out, because it's definitely going to last you several hours longer than that one. And it's by far the more intense version. So if you're looking for an intense mango coconut passion fruit perfume that will last you throughout the day, this is definitely one to check out. People have been going insane for Lemon Tart by Theodoros Kalatinas, and is it worth the hype? Yes, I do think it is. It's a very unusual gourmand perfume in the sense that it's not like your normal citrus fragrance. It smells like a baked lemon tart with cream on top, and it's just so good. I really, really like this one. It just, you can smell like the crust of the tart paired with this lovely lemony custard with a bit of zest and this creamy whipped cream on top. It just is a very beautiful fragrance. I really like this one. And yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of citrus desserts, this is definitely one to check out. I love Theodoros Kalatinas. I have quite a few of their fragrances. My favorite one has always been Coffee Addict, but this one is a close second, and I just love how photorealistic this is. You might be adverse to this fragrance if you're not a huge fan of citrus tarts, but if you're like me and you really love that kind of dessert, this is one to try. I know that some people have been complaining about the opening, and admittedly when I first tried this I was like, the opening is it's a little bit too lemony, but I think my nose has gotten used to it a lot more now, and I really like it. I like it from start to finish. It does get very creamy on the skin. It opens up with this like sharp lemon custardy accord, and I really do like it. I really like this one. It does not have the greatest longevity, so I do find myself overspraying this one, but that does make it a great gourmand to wear during the summertime, because it's not going to turn sickly on your skin. It's going to be a nice, refreshing lemon tart scent you can wear when it's hot out, and I do really enjoy this one. Next up, we have quite possibly one of the most unusual fragrances I have purchased this year. This is Basilica by Milano Fragranze. I'm sorry, my Italian is not up to par at all, but this is this is very unusual. So this I purchased at Lucky Scents store in New York City. It's called Scent Bar, and I honestly was smelling so many fragrances. I was very curious about a whole list of perfumes, and I was smelling, and I wanted something that was unusual, that was interesting, and something just to take home with me that wasn't your typical fragrance. And I came across this one because I've been curious about this brand and I've never tried anything from them. And instantaneously, this was a contender, and after a little bit of consideration, I ended up purchasing this bottle, and I'm very glad I did. This is a very unusual fragrance, and I'm going to do my best to describe it, but first let me give you the notes. So it has top notes of thyme, rosemary, mid of incense, milk, and labdanum, and then base notes of woody notes, Virginia cedar, and cypriol oil. So this is an aromatic fragrance with a woody undertone and incense. It smells very savory. So if you like gourmands, but you're like, okay, I want a savory gourmand, this is an interesting fragrance to try. And it just smells really good. It smells really good. It smells herbal. It has like a darkness to it with the incense, and it still is milky with the there's some milkiness to it. And I have said that before, I am very picky about milk notes. Some I just don't like on me at all. Some I really do like. And this is a situation where I really do like the milk note in here because I don't know, just like it's just really good. If you're looking for a witchy perfume with like this herbal sense to it, but something that also smells like a church, this is a good contender for you to try. And I will say this, do not blind buy this perfume. This is a very unusual scent. So if you're someone who's just starting out with perfumes, or if you like your very sweet gourmand fragrances, this is not something to buy blindly. You definitely have to smell this one before you buy it because of how unusual it is. But this is a fragrance I have very much been drawn to, and I have found, again, I hope this changes, but I think I'm going blind to this fragrance after it's been on my skin for a bit. So I have found the need to overspray this fragrance quite a lot, and it's kind of unfortunate because I really do want this fragrance to stay with me throughout the day, but it also might be because of my nose, or it might be because of the weather. I definitely will keep this on hand and keep on trying it as the year progresses because, oh boy, I just love the way this smells. I just can't stop sniffing it. And it smells like just being in a church with rosemary and thyme and incense. It's a really good one. I really like this one. I was very impressed by it. So this is Basilica by Milano Fragranze, and I really, really, really love it. I've been curious about House of Beau for quite a long time, and I ended up in Bergdorf's, and I purchased this discovery set from the brand. Now, this is a pretty good value in my opinion. You get 3 10-milliliter size of these fragrances from their newer collection, and I would say in terms of value, this is really, really good, especially considering that the full size bottle of any one of these perfumes can run upwards of, I think, more than $300. So this is a great way to try some of these fragrances, and I will say this, I was very impressed by I can look at one and I was like, this is one that really stood out to me and made me want to purchase this entire set. But let me take these out and break them down for you, because looking at the scent pyramid, you might not know what these smell like because a lot of these notes are very unusual, but I'm going to do my best to give you an overview of what these smell like to me. El Sereno is a really pretty white floral perfume with a base of oak moss, and it also includes a bit of banana leaf. So it does have this green smelling accord. And personally, I wasn't as big a fan of this fragrance as the other 2 perfumes in the Discovery Kit, but this does smell quite beautiful. It smells elegant. So if you're into like a more traditional white floral tuberose perfume with a base of oak moss, this would be for you. It's done quite beautifully. It's blended very nicely, but this isn't something that I usually gravitate towards. I also want to talk about Rosario. This is like your fruity floral fragrance, and it's absolutely beautiful. By the way, the bottles are so cute. And this just smells like a delicious zesty lemon with pomegranate, and then you also get freesia and rose. This is so pretty. It's like your fruity floral, but it definitely is more on the elegant side. And I just really love this. And I really do like the lemon here. It's more of like a fresh lemon. It's not your typical citrusy perfume. And I am very particular about citrus perfumes because so many times they end up smelling very similar. But this one I absolutely love. That zestiness with the florals is so pretty, and I really do love this one. Now, the one that I absolutely love, the one that made me purchase this entire discovery set because I could not go home without this one, is Infinitude. It is, this is like your gorgeous, elegant oud with a little bit of like this pepperiness to it. There is black pepper in here and myrrh. So this is certainly going to be a fragrance that if it was done differently, I might not have enjoyed it, but the way it's executed here is just blended very nicely, and it just smells so incredibly elegant. And I really, really like it. This is a really good one. I was instantly drawn to this. I wanted to smell it again and again. There's like this dark, elegant edge to it, but the way it's blended is really quite impressive. And again, I'm not a fan of black pepper in a lot of fragrances, but here I really appreciate it. So some of the other notes are vetiver, peyote, cedar, patchouli, balsam, and incense. So this is definitely a great fragrance to try if you are a fan of oud and incense and things like that. But the way it's blended is very smooth. It's definitely not a scratchy perfume by any means. And it's just a very inviting fragrance. And I do really enjoy it. This was my top fragrance out of this entire discovery set. I I absolutely love this one, and if I had to choose one fragrance to buy a full bottle of, this would definitely be it. I'm very glad I purchased this set. It was terrific value, and again, I am just so obsessed with Infinite Oud. It's just absolutely beautiful. If you're a fan of oud, you should try this one. Rosario also, I really liked it. El Sereno, again, I really can appreciate it, but it's probably not going to be my cup of tea. It's just not a scent profile I tend to go for. But overall, I am very impressed by what I've tried so far from House of Beau, and I look forward to testing out some of their creations moving forward. So this was definitely a standout purchase for me, and I just love how cute the little bottles are. I think they're adorable, and they also came with a funnel, by the way. I believe the funnel is there in case you want to buy the full-size bottle and you want to travel with one of these perfumes. You can use the funnel to refill these fragrances, and I think that's very handy. Whew, that was it for this video. These were a lot of fragrances. I'm kind of out of breath. I've been filming for almost an hour. And oh boy, I'm glad I got these fragrances. I do try to get fragrances that have a little bit of a different scent profile because I don't want to be buying the same thing over and over again. And I'm very happy with this haul because I think that there are some really unique scent profiles in this selection. So thank you so much for watching till the end. I do hope you enjoyed this video. I will be including some of my more recent videos on the screen right now for you to check out. I did one on my favorite summer fragrances, and I also did another video talking about some amazing summer gourmand perfumes. I went a little bit ham on a decant store lately, and I got some interesting scents, and I think you'll enjoy that one. So go check those out if you haven't already. But once again, thank you so much for watching till the end of this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.